Okay, I'm trying this again because my first one didn't save. So, one of the questions that we get asked a lot is how do I find people to help? Which was one of my questions when I first started coaching, and one of the reasons why I didn't think that I could do this because I didn't have a big social media network. I had a couple hundred Facebook friends, and that was it. My Facebook profile was private. I didn't post a lot, I didn't share a lot about my life on social media. So I didn't really think that I was going to be able to grow an online business. But I started with my warm market, and that is kind of the people that you know personally. So the people that, your friends, your family, your coworkers, your neighbors, people you know from kids' school, sports, church, that sort of thing. But I really just started sharing my journey and documenting that and being a little bit uncomfortable and getting comfortable being uncomfortable, if that makes sense, and being a little vulnerable. But I knew that it was something that if I shared it, that it would make me more accountable. And people really did become inspired by that because they saw the changes that were going on in my life. They saw me kind of coming out of my shell, and they were seeing this different version of me. And it was like a version of me that I always knew was there, but I kept it buried underneath all of this stress and all of this weight and all of this self-pity and self-loathing and torture that I put myself through in my mind every day. And once I started to kind of share about my journey and what I was doing, I mean, people really, really were drawn to that, and people that I never expected to ever be interested in any kind of health and fitness program were coming to me and saying, "Will you help me? I can't believe what you've done. I'm so inspired by you." So that's kind of how you start. That's how I started, is really with the people that you know. And then as you grow a little bit more, then your network is going to grow because there's going to be friends of friends who want to know about you. And there's going to be, you're going to start to friend request more people. You're going to start to talk to more people when you go places. I was always the kind of person that kind of stood in the corner. I was like really extroverted when I was in my element and I was with my friends and people I knew. But if I was in a situation where I didn't know a lot of people, I would just like shut down, have resting bitch face, just kind of not want to talk to people at all. And that really started to leave me once I started doing this and coaching. And I started really becoming genuinely interested in what other people were about in their lives and their struggles and their journey. And I knew that I had something that I could offer them to help them because I had been there. So I became much more open to making new friends and to talking to people and listening to people more than I ever had been before. And then it just kind of grows. It really snowballs. I mean, I've been doing this 14 months. Like I said, I started with maybe 200 Facebook friends. I've got, I don't know, 1,600 now. I talk to all of them, or at least I say hi. And I really, really do try and find out what people are lacking in their life because this is so much more than just about weight loss. This is much more about finding yourself and finding a connection and growing as a person. And I know that I have that key that so many people are looking for, and so I like to share it now. At first I didn't want to share it. You know, I was timid, I was self-conscious, I was scared, I was crippled with anxiety. If you guys have followed me for a while, you know kind of my struggle with anxiety disorder and panic attacks. I still suffer from that. It still is an issue in my life, but I share about that now, and I have been able to help a lot of people who also struggle with that, and it's a very real thing. But people are inspired by your journey. They're not inspired by the final product. So you don't have to be like at this end of your journey, like I have these chiseled abs, look at this huge transformation photo that I have, look at me, look at me. It's not about that. It's about sharing every day your journey, your struggles, your triumphs, the little non-scale victories that you have, the things that you're able to do now that you weren't able to do before. Those are really what get people to know you, to trust you, and to want to join you. There's lots of other things to that, like you can, boost Facebook posts, you can promote yourself on Facebook, and I've definitely used those, but I'm still learning as I go a year into this, and we learn together. But anytime I do something and I fail at it, I try and share that with my team so that they learn from my mistakes. We all learn and grow together. But don't be scared if you don't have a big social network, because that's not a reason to hold back from this at all. I promise you. I promise you, once it starts to materialize, then it'll come naturally to grow your network, and we will help you along the way. Cool.